Hello everyone, welcome to Club Reaction here on Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. To St Johnstone 0, Rangers 1. I could probably leave this video here, to be completely honest about it. I am Scott Carney, I am on my own today, and yeah, look, I'm always overly cautious about coming on and being overly negative after a win, etc. However, that is as tough a watch as you're going to get, really. Rangers are just rotten domestically, absolutely rotten. We really are. And of course, I'll get it out of the way and say I'm obviously happy that Rangers have won. Yes, I am, but it's a tough 90 minutes. The most entertaining bit of my afternoon was when the ice cream van decided to go round my estate with Christmas music blaring, which you might be able to hear in the faint distance right now, which made me laugh. Which made me laugh. So yeah, today just wasn't good. It isn't good. Ultimately, an own goal has got us 3 points in Perth. Yes, okay, James Tavernier would have turned it away should Jason Holt not have been standing there, but it's not good. It really isn't good. It really is tough to watch. And maybe no surprise that I'm on my own today, considering not many people are looking forward to watching Rangers, never mind discussing the game afterwards. I suppose the starting 11 was interesting. He started with Butland, Tavernier, proper Suter, Jeffy, Barron, and Raskin. Hadji played in the 10, which was a bit of a surprise. Didn't expect that. Barami started on the left, Tierney on the right, and Igaman kept his place up front. So yeah, Yanis Hadji coming into the team. First time he started a game since May 23. So finally, I don't know if the penny has dropped with Clement that he's going to have to try something a little bit different or not. I've got no idea. But he came back into the fold, and yeah, I mean, I was optimistic's probably the wrong word, but I was like raising an eyebrow and thought, right, okay, let's see what it's all about. Lee's going to have to try him at one point, and he decided to do it today. Coming into the game, I kind of expected this. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit and pretend that I expected Rangers all of a sudden to be amazing domestically because of the performance and the win that we had on Thursday night, because we've seen the past of this, but under Clement it doesn't seem to happen. We don't tend to improve domestically no matter how we play on a Thursday evening. And yeah, it was very much more of the same. In the game itself, Rangers didn't start for 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes, we weren't really in the game, apart from a decent effort from Tierney that just went by the post. That was it. St Johnstone had the better of the ball at the start of the game. We couldn't play more than 2 consecutive passes, really. Again, looked slow, looked lethargic, looked kind of lacking ideas, lacked conviction in passes. Passes were 2 or 3 yards ahead instead of to their man, or they just weren't getting played in the right positions or right areas for players to capitalise on. And yeah, it wasn't a great start from us at all. St Johnstone got a wee bit of joy trying to get at us with the player on their left-hand side. They were trying to get over the top of him and round the side of us as well with his pace. But again, I don't think Butland really had a save to make, but it was still less than convincing start from Rangers. From then on, from 15 to 30, I thought Rangers improved. I thought we started to move. We moved the ball a lot better. We passed the ball more than 2 times consecutively, which was nice to see. It's good to see that. And Hadji was the one that was looking most dangerous for me. He was picking up the areas that you want your number 10 to be picking up. He was in and about the line, but to the areas between their midfield and their defence, and he was doing his best to try and create space, try and create a little bit of uncertainty among St Johnstone, and with a few balls flashed across the goal. That were decent balls, low balls in, not just kind of hopeful long crosses or deep crosses or crosses from deep. It was walked out wide. We were moving the defence about slightly, and we were firing balls into the box. We just didn't have anybody there to turn them away at that time, and it was an improvement on the first 15. As I say, it wouldn't have been hard to be an improvement on the first 15, but it certainly was. I think the best chance in that was Igaman had a shot from the edge of the box, but it was comfortably saved, really. It was comfortably saved. There was nobody there to kind of pick up the rebound. The keeper did well to keep it out of the way of any Rangers player on rushing in. And yeah, after that, Rangers reverted back to the kind of usual stuff. It was a dull watch. There was no real entertainment in it. There was no real spark in it. There was no real creativity from Rangers, and that's the bit that is constantly reoccurring in in domestic football. Johnson did drop back a bit, but I wouldn't exactly say that they'd parked the bus, or they were sitting in two banks of five. I don't really think that was the case. They were trying to stay as up the park as they could, defending their half, yes, as any team would, and they were looking to catch us over the top any time that they could. There was one in particular went over the top, and Shooter did well actually get his foot on it. I thought he was beat, and Bilton came out and had to kind of head it clear, but we survived that. But it kind of showed that St Johnstone weren't just sitting in and waiting for us to do something with the ball. But at that, we don't have enough creative options. We don't make enough clear cut goal opportunities. It's something that we are consistently seeing. I'm not breaking any news here. It's not anything that you don't already know. We are a tough watch. We really are a tough watch because we just don't create enough. We don't play very good football, and you quickly lapse into the I've seen this movie before, because it's the same movie that's been playing the entire season domestically. It really is, but it was probably not the worst half that I've seen under Clement. I mean, if I'm really looking for a positive, it probably isn't the worst half that I've seen under Clement, but it's still nowhere near good enough. It really isn't. At half time, he made changes. He brought on Proper. It looked like he picked up a knock early in the half, but did continue on. But he took him off and brought on Balogun, which was down to an injury. It was then confirmed by the Sky commentators that Barami was removed and replaced with Yilmaz as a tactical move. Again, I'm not really sure I understand it. I'm really not sure that I understand it at all. And there must be, I don't know. I don't say to playing Yilmaz and Jeffrey on the left hand side. I don't know if it's Clement now just trying to do something, trying to create a bit of spark, trying to create anything really within the team to try and get something going. But it's not the change I would have made. I don't know what the change I would have made though, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I think we should have took Hadji off, put Barami into the 10, and then maybe put Yilmaz out in the left. Barami wasn't really in the game, and he is beginning to fade slightly after quite a positive start that he had from Rangers. But it wouldn't be hard to fade when the rest of the team are kind of fading, and it's just this kind of slow, passive, lethargic football that we play. And again, we don't create enough in a final third. The final third, we've just got nothing happening. We really don't. It's a tough thing to watch. It constantly breaks down far too often in the final third. But yeah, that was the change that he decided to go with. Rangers did take the lead, and it was the only goal of the game, and it was a scrappy goal at best. Hadji did well to keep the ball alive, don't get me wrong, on the left-hand side, a kind of looping cross over the top of the goalkeeper. Tavernier was rushing in, but it was Jason Holt that turned it into his own net to really confirm that this is Banter Years the second now, with Jason Holt scoring for Rangers. Good touch by the Rangers support to show their support to Jason Holt for the goal and for his efforts that he put in by singing his song, which did, again, raise a wry smile. It really did. But at this point, Clement had made a number of changes, and it was quite confusing. I thought it was like a 4-2-4 at points. Again, tacticians will probably slate me, but it looked like he'd brought on Danilo to try and play up closer towards Igaman. Hadji kind of moved out to the left, and Tierney was on the right. It looked like we were trying to play quite narrow. It looked like we were relying on the width being because Jeffy came off for Danilo. It looked like we were trying to get the width through Yilmaz and through Tavernier. But look, Tavernier was the one at the back post, and he was the one that put the pressure on Jason Holt. If Holt had missed it, I think Tav would have probably scored. It was about half a yard out. It would have been really difficult to miss that one. So Tav was in the right place at the right time in that regard. But yeah, it was. I put out a tweet that's just said, on this occasion, the stuff that Clement's flung at the wall has worked because we scored, and I suppose you have to somehow give him credit for that. I'm not really sure how, but yes, that's what we've done. The remainder of the game, Kieran Dell come on, Diomande come on, Hadji was booked for diving. That's it. Generally, that is it. Danilo probably should have scored one. I think it would have been ruled off for through VAR for a foul. I think it looked like a foul, but that is it. That's all we had. An own goal by Jason Holt today gets Rangers the 3 points. And yeah, I'm not going to sit and pretend that yes, 3 points is all that matters. It really isn't now. It just isn't anymore. The league is well and truly gone. We are so far behind, it's ridiculous as we come up to this Christmas period. And we are still seeing little to no improvement at all from Clermont domestically. Nothing's changing. It's the same. It really is the same. Today was just slightly better of the same that we have seen. Slightly better than Dundee United, but nowhere near the levels that we need to be getting at. Honestly, it's not even close. And it's a hard watch. It really is a difficult watch. I'm sure there'll be some that will disagree and there'll be some that agree, but I'm just at the point now where we're just delaying the inevitable until the decision is made that Clermont gets removed from his position, because we're not seeing anything domestically. We're really not. As I said on the reaction pod that we done after the game against Nice. If Clermont wins us the Europa League, I might be able to put up with Rangers playing like this and maybe finishing 5th or 6th or 7th or whatever we may finish. But I feel that if we continue like this domestically, more often than not, we're going to get caught out. We might get away with it a couple of games. We might muddle through games like we have been, win the games, but we will get caught out and we'll take a scudding from time to time. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Defensively, we look a wee bit shaky. Midfield are trying their best to kind of hold the fort for everybody. Attacking lines just not good enough. We don't create enough. We really don't create anywhere near as much as we should be. And yeah, we are just continuing on the kind of same theme just now. That wasn't any better than what we've seen. It wasn't the worst that I've ever seen, but it wasn't any better. And we really need to start seeing something. We've been long overdue saying that. However, I don't think we will. I do believe that this is the team that we have up until the January window at least, and God knows what we're going to do when we get there in terms of who we recruit, who's going to be in charge, how we're going to do it. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, today was a tough watch. It really was. It was a difficult thing to watch. Man of the match for me, for Rangers, I think if you probably need to give it a Hadji because he looked the most positive, but I don't think he was particularly great. I'm not going to lie. I think the fact that he had that wee dive instead of just shooting, I don't know why he's doing that. But maybe he's trying to make too much of an impression. But I thought he was positive. I thought he made an impact. I thought playing a 10 as a number 10 was quite refreshing to see. And I think that's something that Clermont should try and learn from. The fact that just play players where they're meant to play would be quite nice. And yeah, Hadji's the only one that I can really put any sort of case from to say that he did okay today. He did quite well. Thought Shooter was solid at the back. I'm not going to lie. I thought Shooter was fine. I thought he dealt with pretty much everything that went in the box. And Johnstone weren't in the game the second half at all. But Rangers didn't capitalise. We didn't put any sort of performance in, and it wasn't, as I say, a very enjoyable watch. It really wasn't. So yeah, for being bright, I suppose we'll give it to Yanis Hadji, and I suppose he got the assist for the goal as well, so I'll give it to him. Look, as I say, we're just going to continue on with this team. We've got Kilmarnock next in the league on Wednesday night, and then we've got to go to Dingwall on Sunday. And not that I think they shouldn't be banana skins. They should be games that Rangers are winning comfortably. I think Kilmarnock dropped points yesterday at Dundee at home. I think they drew one each. Obviously, Ross County took an absolute scudding from the other side of the city, but the time's going to just. I don't think any. I wouldn't expect to see any change, and I can't sit here and pretend that I'm seeing anything changing because I'm not. It's just it is the same thing. It is very much the same thing, and I think the can's just getting kicked further down the road. I think at one point we're still going to need to go and get it. I just don't know when that's going to be, because I just don't see things improving under the current manager, and that is my personal opinion. So we will hopefully be back on Tuesday if people are free, and it's not just me. I'm hoping to get people on Tuesday. We'll do a Club Deck Corner. Obviously, we'll bring reaction to the game on Wednesday evening, and I'm not 100% sure if I can go yet, but I'm trying to figure things out so I can. And then obviously we'll be back on Friday with Club Live as we go into the game against Ross County. So if you can, enjoy the, I suppose you will. It's Rangers win. They've not completely ruined your weekend, Rangers, but yeah, to watch it, you're going to need to get yourself some fresh air or something like that, because yes, it was a bit of a balls fest, a bit of a snooze fest, and that really is a turgid watch. But thank you for listening to me. be kind to me in the comments. It's just the way I feel, and I'll always be honest. That's something that I'll always say on the podcast. I'll always be honest. And yeah, right now it's just horrific. It really is horrific to not want to watch Rangers domestically, and that's beginning to be the way we all feel, because it really is tough. Really, really is tough to watch. Thank you for, as I said, thank you for tuning in. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the usual stuff, and I'll hopefully speak to you on Tuesday. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.